Welcome back to On Base Live in your Bleacher Report app. I am your host, Mookie Betts, and today we have 2024 All-Star, Silver Slugger. What you won a Silver Slugger last year?
Yep.
Right? And 2023 AL Rookie of the Year, Gunnar Henderson.
What's up, guys? Happy to be here.
Thanks for coming on. When I first saw you, I was like, man, you are big. You a big boy.
Yeah, a lot of people do come up and say, man, you're a lot bigger in person, but I guess that's a good thing. So
yeah, it's a great thing. You wear it well. You wear it very well. Okay, so we're going to get started in this show. It's called On Base, Off Base. Play a game, on base, off base,
Perfect.
In or out. All right, so first thing, fantasy football draft, the order should be decided by a competition.
On base with that.
You're on base. So do you play fantasy?
I do, yeah.
Are you all in on fantasy?
I am. I'm not the greatest at drafting, so my partner is chosen selectively for that.
Who are you playing with?
It's our strength coach. His name's Trey Whedon,
Okay.
And yeah, he's a wizard at drafting.
Yeah.
But I'm along for the ride, but I'll help him with kind of the waiver wire decisions.
Okay, so you see the Phillies, they did golf shot. We did a golf shot. What did you guys do? Anything in particular for?
So last year we had our skipper Brandon he hit BP and with the balls numbered and whatever was further.
that seems like.
And then
cool.
This year we had our one of our bullpen catchers Bob for apples with names on or numbers on there.
Okay. Yeah. And so what number did you guys get?
We got 10, I believe, out of 12. So
nice. Yeah. Okay, so your strength coach is going to take care of everything, and you're just a waiver wire guy.
Pretty much. And for the drafting purposes, he took care of everything. But I am in about 3 or 4 other leagues where I've drafted, and he said that the drafts weren't bad. So we're making progress. I didn't really start getting into it until I got into pro ball.
Yeah. Everybody doesn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about this? Building Lego sets is the best time to unwind.
Oh, on base with that.
After a game. Oh, yeah. You're on base.
Yeah.
You're a Lego guy.
Yeah.
So, have you been to like the Lego museum?
I haven't. I mean,
you're not that kind of Lego guy.
I mean, I'm pretty into it, but not as big into it as you see on like Instagram where people have these whole cities and stuff. I just build one big one during the season.
So and you and Calzer, right? Yeah. He does it as well. You guys have competitions going on?
So it started in 22. We just went to the store up in Tampa where we were heading out towards the start of the season, and we ended up buying the big old Millennium Falcon. Which is
really?
Huge ship. And
how long did it take you guys to do it?
Well, I got caught up at the end of the year, so I would have finished it before.
Oh, you didn't even get to finish it?
No, I didn't finish it. It was.
So you were at the beginning of the season, went and got it.
Yeah.
And you didn't get to finish it?
No, not till the end of the year.
Is that many pieces?
It was over 7,000 pieces. So we started, just gradually kept building throughout the year. I tried to take pictures of each bag that I did, and it took me a while, and then I got caught up to AAA, started building on it a little bit more, and then right as I was on about the last bag, I got caught up to the big leagues, and I was there for 30-something days, so I didn't want to take it out of my truck and stuff.
So one bag, how long does one bag take to build?
If I'm sitting there grinding it out, probably 20 minutes. But if I'm sitting there if I'm playing a game or something and then just kind of doing it in between, probably 30, 45 minutes.
So it takes you roughly 30 minutes, and you do how many bags a day roughly?
Just depends on how I'm feeling. Probably at least two a day maybe.
Okay. All right. Good for you. All right, so what about this? Peanut butter chocolate chip waffles are the best thing on the Waffle House menu.
Man, you're all over it. I'm on base with that.
You're on base with that too, huh?
That's what I get whenever I go there.
Every single time.
My fiance absolutely loves Waffle House, so whenever we go there, I always get the peanut butter
absolutely chocolate. Loves Waffle House.
Her whole family loves it. So
we're gonna get into that later.
Yeah.
Okay, so next thing, and the final thing, dogs should throw out for the first pitch more often.
Well, if it was my dog, I would probably say off base because he's not he probably wouldn't listen in that setting. But after seeing Shohei's dog do that,
Oh, that was one of the coolest things in the world.
That was
like, look at that. He told his dog to pick. Like, what?
Yeah, I was very impressed with that. That was awesome.
That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
That's definitely going to be up there for the rest of my career.
I mean, you know what? That like his dog being that elite at listening and whatever, like it makes sense because playing with Show, it's been one of the coolest things in the world, like to see. And I'm batting second now, so I get to really like. But when I was leading off and he was behind me, you know, when you get out, you're not really paying attention to the next guy hitting. You're like going over what just happened and what adjustments you need to make, whatever it is. And so you may miss an at bat right behind you, but then, you know, you get back to watching it. Hitting right behind him, I get to see it. And dude, man, that dude is, I mean, you see the numbers he's putting up, it's not luck.
I mean, yeah, I got introduced to it last year. I think he had a curveball about off the right center columns. They weren't there, it probably would have gone through the warehouse. It was insane. That was the first time I got.
And he's not even pitching.
I know.
When he pitches, the first game he pitches and then he hits. I think it's everybody. It may be the most streamed outside like a fight, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be, I think, one of the most streamed things in the world.
Yeah.
So let's switch gears a little bit. You from my neck of the woods, which is the AL East. And being there, growing up there, I feel like you really learn a lot about baseball because it's a lot of good teams, good players.
Yeah.
And how has it been for you so far? I mean, you've had nothing but success, but I think you would have nothing but success anywhere. But for you to have nothing but success in the AL East, like, that shows how good you are, but I want to hear from you, like your perspective on the AL East versus going and seeing other divisions.
Yeah, I mean, first got introduced to it last year because the Rays, they started out unbelievably hot, and then just kind of kept chipping away. But I mean, every team was pretty well over 500, and it was like I think the Blue Jays won 90-something games and made a wild card, which is crazy. And then kind of like seeing the other parts of the league, like even today, 500 ball is going to get you into playoffs.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
But like to your point, and for us now as well, the NL West is, you know,
I mean,
we got
every team is good in the NL West as well.
And so, I mean, that it makes it fun though. But the only thing is you beat up on each other.
Exactly.
And like, score. You would think two really good teams, two really good pitching staffs. The scores are going to be 3-1, 2-0.
Yeah.
It's really like the opposite. We really bang like it's like 10-8.
Yeah, and I couldn't imagine like the older schedule, whereas now we play 13 times a year, and would you play them like 20-some times?
Yeah, it was. I mean, we were there and back there. Yeah, I mean. That's a lot of games.
Yeah, against the same team.
Seeing the same team over and over again. But, I mean, I just know being in the AL East, I feel like it really gave me an appreciation for rivalries and, like, being in good baseball all the time. It helps you understand, like, when we go to play the Orioles or when you come to play the Dodgers, like, it can't be harder than who we just played, you know? And so I think that part pretty neat. What about you?
Yeah. It's definitely fun just kind of because, I mean, all the teams that I feel like in the AL East, for me, I always saw them growing up. Just like always in playoff atmosphere, always like good teams. So to be in that and just to go play at those stadiums is pretty cool for me. Just kind of feels like a step back in time. And
you know what's crazy is when I was in Boston, Baltimore was really good at first. And then they got to a point where they were going through some rebuilding years. And that's probably when all you guys got drafted.
Yeah.
And so you've only saw Baltimore
it's
not
good teams. So it's cool kind of being on the other
side.
End of things.
Yeah. And huge thanks to you. I want to hear about your relationship with Cal Ripken. I know he's part of ownership group and obviously a legend with the Orioles. So how's your relationship with him?
Yeah, he's been nothing but great to me. I really enjoyed our conversations. Now that he's part owner, we get to see him around. I mean, he would be in the crowd last year and come to the locker room a couple times, but he's always around now. Anytime you look over, he's usually behind home plate, so it's cool kind of just seeing him there and just kind of watching everything. And then he's always been really cool, just coming up and being like just talking and being like, hey, I just want to talk to you about this and that, about defense and stuff. And anytime you can get a Hall of Famer just that willing to go out there and just talk is.
So what's he's probably told you a bunch of different things, or maybe not. I don't know. What's the best piece of advice that he's given you that really stuck to you that you still use?
Yeah, I mean, he was obviously a bigger shortstop as well, and they were always saying, hey, you're probably going to have to go to third base. And ever since he first met me, it was like, you're a shortstop. Mm-hmm. And that just kind of like gives me that extra confidence of knowing that he sees kind of how hard I work to be a shortstop and try to stay being a shortstop in this league. And that's just something I've always kind of took with me is, I mean, he believes in me to do it as well.
So being a shortstop, being a big shortstop as well. But, I mean, really what I'm about to ask would apply to anybody.
Yeah.
What do you think being in that you've gotten to the big leagues now and there's no question about you moving off of shortstop now, what do you think you've worked on or you've learned that's helped you stay as good as you are in the big leagues?
I think this year has also been good learning for me as well. There's some plays where I try to do way too much, like make a diving play and then just try to let it rip over there when even if it's a perfect throw, probably not going to get him out. So that's something that I'm having to learn is just kind of
So what do you do, though? What do you do to learn that?
Just go through the experience of letting myself just go out there and try to make these crazy plays and then just kind of revisiting it with the infield coach and be like, hey, we probably just shut it down there.
And so that's that right there, because I was playing short at the beginning of the year, and that right there, what you're talking about, making the diving plays, and you had to throw them away a couple of times to learn what not to do,
and also like when to use the ground, when to keep it in the
all
air.
Those,
so
I had to learn that through routine play, so I know exactly how you feel like going out there and having to mess up. It just sucks, though. It sucks throwing it away because the pitcher, everybody's out there working, and you need to take care of your job and catch the ball and do it. So, who do you got as like your favorite shortstops to watch right now? Like, you give me your top. If you got 5, give me 5. But if you only a couple, who are your favorite shortstops to watch?
Yeah. So I was always compared to Corey Seager growing up. So I always loved watching him, and then so he says he's probably number 1.
Okay.
Then I really enjoy watching Trey Turner.
Nice.
He's very, very smooth, and I love his speed. So I wish I had that. Him, and then I like Bobby, of course.
Bobby,
we did the high school showcase stuff and all that together, so it's cool kind of following him and seeing him do his thing up here. And Ellie De La Cruz, I mean,
of course,
that's probably the 4 that I got so far. So.
Okay, so and that's all like. That's kind of like 4 completely different people.
Yeah.
All playing shortstop. Yep. And I mean, so what do you think, with that being 4 completely different people, what is constant that all these guys do that makes them able to play shortstop? That they all do, no matter what size, shape, whatever.
I feel like they're all, I mean, they obviously play hard, number 1, and then it's just like, I feel like speed is a big part of shortstop.
Good, like fast or at a good pace speed, like because there is a part where you go too fast.
Yeah,
then there's obviously
I feel like
slow.
Speed is more on like the hitting side of things, but on defense, it's all everybody seems under control. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest thing that I'm trying to work on as well. Is sometimes I get out of control, trying to like play too fast. And that's what it comes with, the experience of playing this and getting the full year of doing it. So
nice. Okay, so let's go back to young Gunnar. First of all, I do want to say this because I'm a Southern boy too. So I appreciate it.
Yeah.
When you first came up and it said Gunnar Henderson, I said 2 things. 1, he got to be cold at baseball because his name is Gunnar. And 2, he from the South. because his name is Gunnar. Yeah. I know. I've been at the showcase, or I've been at all the tournaments, and if I knew that some big country, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Names like that, they from the South, and they cold at baseball. So I already knew you had to be cold your whole life. And so being from the South, you're from Alabama, right?
Yep.
How was baseball and everything growing up for you?
It's always just first love. So I had an older brother who, growing up, we played every sport, but we always loved playing wiffle ball against each other. And then growing up, my dad actually built like a baseball field behind the house. So,
did he? Okay,
yeah.
So tell me about that. Like, did he? How long did it take him to build it?
I mean, it wasn't like a stadium or anything, but it was just like an old horse pasture that made a dirt infield, and it was probably 250 feet to left field, 300 feet to center. So it wasn't the biggest thing, but man, we practiced every single day. We did our Little League practices there as well, because in Selma there's not much, and especially having to share the fields with other teams.
So did you have to get out and drag it and everything?
Oh yeah, we had.
Oh wow!
We had a railroad tie on the back of a lawnmower. That's how we drew.
That's cool. Yeah. That's cool. So the grass was low. It was like a normal field. How did he maintain it? Like, how did he maintain? He was out there every day.
Yeah, the all dirt infield was pretty easy to maintain. It drained really well somehow. So and then the outfield was just normal grass.
Whatever. So that's why you cold as shit. Okay.
We went out there and practiced all the time. And like I said, my Little League practices all the way through my early travel ball years were played out there.
And what teams did you play on during travel ball? Like, I want to know, because I remember like the Alabama Vipers.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard that name, but that just like it's kind of like the East Cobb Astros and all that type of stuff. I just remember the Vipers were always cold. And what teams did you play for?
So the team that I first played on my dad started it. It was called the Rockhounds. We got the Midland Rockhounds logo, and that one's cool. I still have the hat that we wore, so it was cool. And then I think the next one was called the Cracker Jacks, after the snacks. So.
And then, so you got into. Did you play in the Perfect Game tournaments?
Yeah.
Or, you did all the circuit. Did you go to the East Coast? What East Coast Pro Showcase?
East Coast Pro, yeah. So I did it the last year. It was in Tampa, the underclass. I did it underclass, and then my senior year or last year summer, it was actually in Birmingham. So that was a easy draft for me.
And so then you committed to play at Auburn.
At Auburn, yeah.
What made you want to?
I was a Auburn fan growing up.
So it's either Auburn or Alabama.
Oh yeah, there's no in between.
There's no in between. Auburn and Alabama. So your family is Auburn, I'm assuming?
Yeah, my entire family. My mom did grow up an Alabama fan. Okay. And then,
How did she switch? Switched?
Oh, yeah. She switched because she wasn't as into it as my dad my dad was growing up. But as we gotten older, she kind of realized that she was going to have to be an Auburn fan. Then what's even funnier is my grandfather, or my mom's dad, he was the biggest Alabama fan growing up, and then all three of his grandkids were going to end up going to Auburn. So,
yeah.
Okay. Yes.
So when Auburn plays Alabama, like, take me through that day.
Whenever they're both good, I mean, my Alabama friends, they make it heck on me, just because really? I mean, obviously Alabama's been unreal the past 15 years, it seems like. So. Anytime Auburn does win, they always got something. Really? Always got something to come back with about the national championships.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So there's no winning with them. But, the day leading up to it, it's especially when game day's there, it's really fun. I mean,
what do y'all do? Like, because I was in Alabama.
Yeah.
In Huntsville. That's where my family lives, in Huntsville. And that day, we woke up early. Mm-hmm. We were out cooking.
Oh, yeah.
Throwing football, playing football. And when the game was on, nothing else mattered.
Oh, no.
Nothing.
Nope. Yeah.
I'm like, can we do something? Like, can we get up and walk to the bathroom or something? No. You sit down and you're watching the game.
Yeah, the only break you get's at halftime. But whenever you're at the game, say in Auburn, I mean, if the game's at 5 o'clock, you're probably tailgating at 8 o'clock, 9 in the morning. What? Like, you're out there early.
So y'all are cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Oh, yeah. There are people that are out there at the crack of dawn, cooking breakfast. Oh yeah, it's if you haven't been for anybody, if you haven't been to an Iron Bowl, regardless if it's in Alabama or Auburn, it's a great time.
So if I just had a plate, right, and I just walked up to somebody's tailgate, they would give me a plate?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
And people do that?
Mm-hmm. All the time.
So I'm just gonna go and spend $1,000 at the grocery store and just give it out for free.
If you're an Auburn fan, they'll probably give it to you if it's an Auburn tent. If you're an Alabama fan, probably not. That's about how it goes.
So what do you do? Like, do you wear so I could just throw on an Auburn or Alabama shirt and just go party, and people are gonna they accept you no matter what.
Yeah, if you got their team's colors on, they'll accept you. But if you're an Alabama fan, you get pretty obnoxious, they'll let you know.
So I'm sure on those days a lot of fights happen too.
Oh, 100%. Especially, I haven't seen one, but I'm sure at the bars.
Oh
yeah. There, and I'm sure some of the older fans will probably get into it as well.
Okay, so and then you're drafted in 2019, right? And your draft class,
it's
y'all are
there.
deep.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna name out some. Obviously, you got Bobby.
Yep.
Adley.
Mm-hmm.
Yourself. Money Mike Harris.
Oh yeah.
C.J. Abrams, who it's really neat to see him because I saw him when he was in San Diego and he is smaller. He hadn't grown into his body yet. And I'm like, man, he's really athletic, but he hadn't, the game was almost too physical for him.
Yeah.
And so he's gained his weight now, and he's gotten, and his game is elite, completely changed. I knew he was good. You could see, but man, he is really good.
It's really fun watching him play because we got to play 4 games against the Nats, and it's really cool watching him do his thing now.
Okay, so Riley Green, Corbin Carroll, George Kirby, Volpe, Josh Young, Bryson Stott. I'm sure there's a lot of other guys, but that's what I got here. I feel like my draft class, 2011, was pretty stacked as well. So is it cool knowing that, your draft class, these are the kind of the boys you came up with, you grew up with? Is it cool knowing, you got some elite people?
Yeah, of course. And it's going to be really fun, even down the road, just kind of following their career. You pay attention to all the guys that were in your draft class and how their careers have kind of turned out. So we're all getting to that point to where it's the very beginning of all our careers, and then just kind of following each other all the way, and then just checking it out at the end. It's really cool being able to have a group like that that you can kind of follow.
And what's been cool for me, and my draft class was in 2011, so a while ago, is you grow up playing with these dudes, and you don't realize these dudes are kind of your actual life friends.
Exactly.
They're not just people you play baseball with. You kind of miss seeing these guys, because you're seeing them for 8 months, and you spend a lot of time with them. And so I know that the competition is competition, right? In between the lines is always going to be in between the lines. But, I think it's been really cool for me to also, when we're outside of the lines, establish relationships because these are everlasting things. These are going to be your boys, and in 30 years when you're done playing, you're still going to know all these guys that you're playing with. And so, that's one piece of advice I would say is just maintain the relationships, even though, you're still competing against each other. You know what I'm saying? So, I do want to ask this. You are a young guy, and you guys are really good. What veterans would you say that you guys lean on when it comes to really, I don't know if it's advice or I don't know if it's just simple stuff like no hats or, what vets do you guys kind of lean on to be good like this all the time?
Yeah. So starting 22, Robinson Chirinos and Rignet Odor. Yeah, those guys were unbelievable to me. They were just great humans, and I love both of them to death. They really helped me kind of getting acclimated to the big leagues, and followed them. And then last year it was Kyle Gibson, Adam Frazier. Yeah, those were really fun. Kind of two opposite guys, but they were hilarious together. And man, we really have fun together doing all our celebrations and stuff with them. And then this year, James McCann has been somebody who I've kind of lean on. Yeah, Big Mac.
He's been around for a minute.
Yeah, he just hit 10 years, so that was really cool being able to experience that with him. And he's been kind of the leader of the pack, especially on the position player side of things.
What about like Corbin Burns?
Yeah,
I'm sure he's been.
Yeah, Corbin. He's been really fun to talk to, kind of chat with him, because watched him pitch since he was in Milwaukee, and it's been really cool being able to play behind him because he's got electric stuff. I mean, I got to face him one time, and it was funny. We were looking back at the video, and I thought I got him on a single to right field, but it was a swinging bunt down the line on a changeup. It was funny, and then just seeing him kind of interact with everybody is pretty fun.
What about you though? I feel like even though you're a younger guy, I feel like your presence on the field is like more established. Like you're confident. It seems like the guys, I'm not gonna say look to you, but they do kind of, and like, do you feel that way at all?
Trying to, I mean, I try to take that into account every day, but at the same time, I feel like I'm still trying to not like prove myself, but I feel established, but I want to go out there every day and like keep proving that I'm here for a reason. But I know I probably need to.
I would say this
experience
from
through that
from just your homeboy.
Yeah,
this ain't got nothing to do with whatever. All I'm saying is this. This is some advice to you.
Yeah,
you're really good. We all know that, and so you kind of sign yourself up for that.
Yeah,
and so you should embrace it. You should embrace knowing that I'm hitting third. I'm one of the best shortstops in the league. I'm about to hit 40. I'm going to win MVPs at some point.
Yeah.
Like, embrace it. Embrace it. Because these guys know it. I'm saying it.
Yeah.
And I'm on a completely different coast. So these boys know it, and they're looking to you to help them go. And so don't like feel like I still got to prove it. Like no.
Yeah.
You already done that. You know you done that.
Yeah.
You can't do more. Just embrace who you are, and once you do, the pressure and all that stuff will go away. And it's good pressure for you.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun to play with.
Exactly.
The pressure of having to be Gunnar Henderson every day. Like, it's hard. It's hard to be Gunnar. Tell me, being Gunnar Henderson every day, knowing like, because the other team knows you're Gunnar Henderson too, and so they're trying not to let you be that.
Yeah.
And so it's hard, and so just embrace it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All right. So tell me about this. I want to know about Star Wars. Do you know much about Star Wars?
So yeah, I pay attention, or I've watched all of them, and I understand like the storylines and stuff. Probably not as in depth as the big Star Wars guys, but yeah,
So
I can hold my own in it.
Do you know all the characters?
Yeah,
you know all the characters.
Pretty much. Mainly the main. Yeah,
you
all
used
the main
a Star
characters.
Wars bat.
I did. All right, that one was just a memorabilia bat. That one was, if I'd have used that, it probably felt like a concrete bat.
Oh, really?
It was just solid.
Right. So did you? Oh, you didn't use that bat at all?
No, that was purely just for looks and stuff.
And so, did you want to use it? Did you?
It would have been cool to use, but like I said, it was just a solid bat, and if I hit one off the end, my hand would probably still be vibrating. So.
Okay, so I want to do a thing where I give you a name, and you tell me like their Star Wars
comp.
Okay. All right. Gunnar Henderson.
So I get the looks, or a lot of people have said I've looked like Hayden Christensen. So I'll be Darth Vader.
You're Darth Vader.
Yeah.
I know nothing about Star Wars.
Okay.
I hadn't watched it. Only person I know is Luke.
There you go.
And somebody's his daddy. That's the only thing I know.
That would be Darth Vader.
Hello.
There we go.
Okay. What about this? Aaron Judge.
I feel like he'd have to be, I mean, it's kind of opposites, but Yoda. I mean, Yoda's the smallest character, but I feel like he's...
Dang, you went complete opposite on that.
Yeah, but
So
I mean,
tell-
I
what-
feel
what
like
is
everything
Yoda?
kind of tied.
Well, what? Tell me about
All
Yoda.
right, so he's kind of the leader of the Jedis.
Okay,
He's
okay.
essentially the guy that they all revert to. And
Okay, that makes
obviously,
sense.
yeah, being the captain.
Yep.
And doing what he's doing
Yeah,
year in and year out.
Dude,
So
that dude's going crazy. And I know. Somebody asked. We're gonna get back to this. I got a couple more names.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me the other day, like, whose season is better? Shohei going for 50-50 or Judge breaking the home run record in the season he's having? And I'm like, well, I get the question, but I don't think it's a fair question because I think both can exist in the same space.
Yeah.
I don't think one has to be better than the other one. I think we should appreciate greatness. This is great, y'all.
Yeah.
This is stuff that I don't know if we'll ever see again.
It's unreal
It's
what both of them are.
What Show's doing, what Judge is doing, what Bobby's doing, what you guys are, what you're. I mean, like, it's unreal the talent that is in baseball. And I think instead of us trying to compete against, like, saying this guy's better, that guy's better, I think we should just appreciate
the
like,
game in
man,
itself.
all these dudes are cold.
Yeah.
They cold, and when they step on the field, something good is gonna happen. And when it does, you appreciate it. You clap.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And we don't have to make it a competition all the time. But anyway, sorry for the rant, guys. Okay, so what about this name, Adley Rutschman?
Adley, let's see. I think he would be a good Obi-Wan.
All right, so what does Obi-Wan do?
Obi-Wan kind of mentored Luke,
Okay,
and
that's your son.
yeah, but in this sense, he kind of mentored me because, but
and Luke.
I know the characters aren't really lining up the way they should be, but
It's all good.
we're getting there. But yeah, he was my first roommate when I got to pro ball, so yeah, I really enjoyed being able to talk with him and just kind of see him because obviously he was coming off the national championship, Golden Spikes, all this stuff. So I knew he had a track record, and then fast forward all through pro ball, like we've gone up all through the system together and done everything. So
Adley's new nickname is OB.
OB.
You gotta just call him OB. Adley, I'm calling you OB later on, so don't be shocked. What about this? Bobby Witt Jr.
I think I've seen him with the Luke Skywalker bobblehead, so he's kind of lining up for Luke Skywalker.
So tell me, Luke is I don't know, like what is Luke?
He essentially, well, I mean, obviously I think he restores order to the Force.
Oh,
so,
okay,
yeah,
okay. So that's Bobby.
yeah.
Okay, all right. So what about who? Corbin Burns.
And we're running out of characters for me here.
I was wondering how you were gonna go.
This is where it starts to get hairy on the.
Okay.
Just because I don't really think it's going to tie in very well, but just because he had the long hair, and we're going to go with Chewbacca. His long hair is pretty similar to Chewbacca.
Okay, so Chewbacca. Do you have any more characters? Like, I got one
like
more.
I said,
name.
we're running thin. This is where I start to get pretty hairy.
One more name.
All right,
One more name. You think you can do one more name?
we'll try to find one.
Shohei.
Oh man. I feel like he's got to be Emperor Palpatine. I mean, I know it's the dark side and everything, but he's one of the most powerful of everybody. So I feel like that ties in pretty well.
Yeah, that does.
Yeah.
That does tie in. So Shohei being on the dark side,
Yeah.
very powerful.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. So I also want to know a little bit more about your experience in Baltimore, because I have been to Baltimore many times, and I love going to Baltimore. I love the food scene in Baltimore. And so are there any like new restaurants that you've gotten to try or that I need to go to, because we go every other year?
There, yeah. So I always try to make a trip to Jimmy's Seafood.
Okay.
That's
Is that they got the Maryland crabs there?
Oh yeah. They have some of the best crab that I've ever had. My family loves to go there. They
put Old Bay on it?
I think so. I don't know if it's either Old Bay or something that they make in house,
But
I think it's Old Bay. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, whatever they do to prepare their crabs, I highly recommend it. So
Okay, so or do you get in there, you crack them, you do all that stuff?
usually just get the crab cakes, but
You don't even you don't do the You don't.
Not the crab legs.
What?
Yeah, I need to get experience on that. I'd be sitting there trying to crack them for 10 minutes and not eating. So, yeah, not as experienced on that end. So.
Okay. So, let me ask this: because you from Alabama, do you know what a bush hog is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pull it behind a tractor.
Man, I was gonna be hurt if you didn't know what bush hogging was.
Yeah, I was thinking you were gonna go something not as, I guess, common in my family. My dad actually grew up a farmer, so.
Oh,
yeah.
so you I guess that's where the baseball field came in. You grew up around animals. He
was more of a crop farmer.
Oh, crop farmer. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't have much livestock, but yeah. We still go hunting where he grew up, so it's kind of cool hearing the stories that he would tell about being out there and just working on the farm. So.
Nice. Okay, so I got some fan questions. You ready for some fan questions?
Let's
do it. All right. Have you seen all the Star Wars movies at all or no?
Yeah.
You've seen them all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how would you rank the Star Wars movies from best to worst? First of all, how many are there?
There's I think 7 now, but I usually only watch I think there's maybe 8 now. But I only watched the first 6, like the original trilogy, and then the
Well, I wouldn't ask if I knew there were 6. So there's 6, 7, there's 8. There's 8
original.
6 original.
There's actually, so it goes backwards. The first 3 were actually made after 4, 5, and 6. So they call 4, 5, and 6, I think, the original trilogy. But I actually like those the most.
Which trilogy do you like? Did you like what you put from?
So I actually like some of the older stuff. I know some of the CGI is probably not great in the original.
What is CGI?
I think I don't really know what it stands for, but yeah, like the graphics and stuff, just kind of like all that.
Okay.
But I actually like those just because I like older stuff, like I like older music and stuff of that nature.
What kind of music you listen to?
I listen to a lot of classic rock and then country music.
So who's a classic rock artist?
Like Queen, the Eagles,
Eagles,
stuff of that nature. That and like I do like some hard rock as well, like Motley Crue. And
so you don't do like the country and all that stuff?
Yeah, I do but it's mainly just rock and country.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so who do you think is the funniest person in the locker room?
I feel like it's a pretty consensus answer for Calzer. He's probably the funniest in the locker room. Yeah, he
seems like he's a good dude.
He is.
Y'all all seem like y'all good dudes though. Y'all just chill and you just play ball.
It is. Yeah, it's a very good group. I mean, ever since I got into the Orioles system, it's been nothing but great people. So It's made my transition into it a lot better.
Nice. Okay. All right. So, you and Santander, y'all are both about to hit 40. Do y'all talk about it in the locker room or anything, or like, do y'all?
Yeah, so it's been it's been pretty funny because even last year, I know he hit like 33, I think, and it just seems like throughout the whole year, we're always even in the beginning of the year when I got ahead of him, he just kept saying, "Hey, you better keep going," because
really?
We both know that whoever's ahead, we just kind of sit there and chip away and get right neck and neck together.
That's cool.
It's fun just kind of talking with him about it.
You know what's really cool about y'all are doing that with home runs. Like most people do that with hits.
Yeah.
But y'all are doing that with home runs. So that's how you know you're really good. You know what? This story, I'm a say it, and it's about me and my boy JD.
Yeah.
In 2018, I won MVP that year. JD was going for the Triple Crown, and this was crazy. We were putting up some crazy numbers. And so we got to the last month. And I don't know if it was the last month, last couple of weeks, whatever. And JD was helping me all year. He was helping me hit all year. And he is like, you know what, Mook? I'm going to let you do your thing these last couple of weeks because I'm trying to win the Triple Crown.
Yeah.
I said, okay. And I knew at the time I was playing really well. And if I just keep going, like I got a legitimate chance to win MVP. And he knew that. Yeah. So we were both, had our goals or whatever. And so he was like, nah, I'm not helping you at all. And so I think it ended up biting him because the last couple of weeks he struggled a little bit and I just kept going. So I was wondering how it was between you two, and you guys are. It's good friendly banter though. It's fun.
Yeah, it's crazy because I mean, even last year, like the whole year, I didn't start out great, and I think he was ahead of me, kind of the same deal, and then just kept chipping away, and we ended up neck and neck again. But yeah, it's definitely a little fun, friendly competition.
Okay, so somebody asked me what my Waffle House order is. I'm gonna just give you my Waffle House order. And earlier, when you mentioned that your wife loves Waffle House, like I feel like that's definitely a Southern. Like we didn't go to Waffle House only at 2 and 3 in the morning. We did go then.
Yeah.
But we were going at normal lunch hour. Yeah. We were going to Waffle House.
Yeah.
And I was getting the All-Star Special. The All-Star Special, some chocolate chips in my waffle. I always got my onions, I think, smothered is with cheese, right? Mm-hmm. And then covered was onions, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
I think it's smothered, covered.
Yeah, something.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Smothered, covered, had my eggs. And, man, they would get them eggs from right up top and pew, pew, man, and
they whip it up.
They whip them things up.
Yeah.
And I always got the bacon to go with it. That's back when I was eating pork. You know, that was back in the day. But yeah, I always got the bacon to go with it. And you know what? One of my favorite orders is the chicken breast there. I don't know why.
Really?
I think maybe because the grill has all types of meats and stuff going on it, so it's like seasoned already.
Yeah.
You should try it. You should try it one dinner when you go with what's your fiance's name?
Her name is Catherine Lee.
Catherine. So you call her both.
Yep, double name.
Oh, she from the
Southern
South
name.
Too. Yeah,
there you go.
Catherine Lee. Okay.
Yeah, everybody knows it's a Southern name whenever they hear the double name.
Yeah. Okay. I got to be Catherine Lee. How you
there
doing?
You go.
Okay. All right. So I make sure I say hey to her. Yeah, but chicken breast. Make sure you try them.
Definitely.
Okay. So I got two more. You ain't really been to all the cities yet, so you haven't been
knocking out the last one next series.
Oh, so you have.
Yep.
What's the next series?
Colorado.
Yeah, you'll be okay. So what's your favorite food city?
Food city. Honestly, Kansas City has some good barbecue. And then Miami was actually
Miami.
Yeah,
Miami. Of course, Miami.
Of course.
So you named all two cities that. I mean, I guess Miami would be good. Yeah, you haven't eaten here.
Nah, I hadn't really had a chance to get
but
out just because it's so late.
You're not gonna really like eating here. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna really like going. You in New York? You haven't eaten in New York yet?
We went to a steakhouse, but it's a chain steakhouse. So, but it was really good. But
Gunnar,
we went to a
oh my gosh,
Italian spot. I think I can't remember where it was.
You have got to go out and eat in New York. I know you don't do this. I know you don't do it, but you should.
Yeah.
You and Catherine Lee need to go out and eat in New York.
All right. I'll get some recommendations from you.
Please.
All right.
Please. Okay, so the last thing, for those who don't know, I'm putting you on the spot, dog.
Perfect.
My boy Gunnar here has a really good Scooby Doo
I knew it was coming.
So can you hit us with a quick one, please?
Yep, I get you.
Okay.
All right. Let me get prepared for it.
Okay,
right.
Take your time.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm
ready
ready
for it.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Raggy. Oh man.
All right, I loved it. Thank you for that. We and with that we I can't even think straight. Okay, so Gunnar, thanks for coming on here, man. It's been super dope getting to watch you from the beginning, and now you're doing your thing. I love the confidence. I love the way you play short, bro. Keep doing it. Embrace the pressure. Embrace being Gunnar Henderson. Embrace being a leader of the Orioles, bro. All right? Embrace that. And I will see you later at the park.
Sounds good. Appreciate you having me on.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you next time on Base Live.